Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another light novel review. First and foremost, welcome back to my channel. We have more light novel reviews. As promised, I'm trying my best to get a lot of these out. I do want to thank Yem Press for sending me another copy for me to review. This one is going to be actually one of my favorites. I will say it. I hate that it is, and I'll explain why in just a second. But it is one of my favorites. It's called "How to Win Her Heart on the Try." It's has a lot of uniqueness to it, which is why I liked it. But it reminds me of a Hallmark movie. I guess I just put it like that. Um, for those who don't know what that is, a Hallmark movie is your typical romance movies that most girls are into here in the United States. They're very much straight through movies, stuff that whenever I watch with my wife, I can guess what's gonna happen. Basically through the entire movie, I already know most of it, and it's kind of like that, but it's still unique in some ways, and I'll explain why. Now, before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you, Yen Press. It is by the Yen On Company, which is the light novel side of Yen Press. Check them out. Their website is just yenpress.com. You guys can check them out there. There is a link in the description below where you guys can buy cheap manga and light novels as well. So use that link so you guys can buy the light novel and yeah, buy other stuff if you want. Subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share because it helps me, but it also helps you impress. Share on this series, and yeah, I think that is all the information that I have to give. So um, this one is, well, first of all, it's not a series, it's just a light novel. And if you've ever bought in stuff from Yen On, which I myself have, now I'm receiving copies for them to review. Whenever it's typically a one shot and done deal, they like to do hardcover. I like that because it distinguished from the series where you get multiple volumes and you get an ongoing story, which this one is not. This is you get what you get from this whole book, and that's about it. Um, it is a pretty good story. It's not based on a movie, which typically hardcover novels, one-shot novels, typically already have a movie or have a movie releasing already. Now, there might be a movie, but I don't think there is. I haven't heard of it. It is divided into two parts, and when I first got it, I was a little confused, to be honest, of why it was divided in two parts only, two chapters, it said. And the first chapter is My First Love Was Overflowing, and the second one is My First Love Was Successful. But within each section, you have smaller chapters which are titled by first, second try, third try, so on and so forth. We have two characters, two main characters, really. We have the girl Nagi, who is working in here. Here it is here on the side, so I don't mess up. She is a old systems engineer at a software development company. Um, it is a family company, so she's working under that. You can tell that she is the type of character who has focused on herself everywhere but romance, and she does have baggage when it comes to emotional baggage, things that some traumas that she has to overcome, and we see that her character developed through the series. But because of that, she's also kind of not tried anything further in romance. I guess just one little thing I can add, like at the end, there's a whole like birthday going on, and she kind of mentions like she used to hate birthdays, and now she doesn't. So that's kind of how her character is. Then you have um, Keigo, I believe. How do you pronounce his name? I'm very bad, but let's say it's that. He is a childhood friend. Now she's 27. I forgot how old he is, but he's a childhood friend. I guess he's the same age. Rei shows up in her life, and he has feelings for her or has had feelings for her for years, and he's just never been clear about them to her. And this develops in the first part, and essentially the first part of the light novel is him trying to get with her, and the second part is them dating, going out, and a little bit in the future as well. So, um, the unique part of this story is it has those tones that you get from romance light novels, but it's still very much for an older audience. Um, I would say people my age would probably enjoy this light novel compared to someone maybe in high school or even in college. And the only reason I say that is because you might not connect so much with the characters. These characters are characters that have lived some of their lives already, and they're looking into the future as I don't want to say they want to settle down, but there is when you're younger, and I know I have a younger audience that watches my videos. When you're younger, when you're a teenager, even in college, you have this mindset of I want to live forever almost. I have all these years in my life to do anything that I want to do because we take a lot of things for granted. We take a lot of things, yeah, for granted that, that are provided to us, and we just don't think that some of that stuff is not going to be there. It's not going to be always there. I have friends who went through this because I myself met my wife in college and then married right after college. So it wasn't that I went into a adulthood. I mean, I was already an adult, but in adulthood, outside of school, having to look for a spouse. But I do have friends who have gone through that, and that again is what I'm trying to connect to is that some people, especially if you're still in school, cannot connect to that because it's a whole different ball game when you have a career, when you have a job, and your job is 40 hours plus, and you don't have time to, work on yourself. Sometimes even emotionally. Sometimes you don't even have time to give yourself that time that you should give yourself, and that's what you see in these characters. Um, would someone in high school and college enjoy it? Yes, I'm sure there is some of you guys that would enjoy it, but I think this particular light novel was really designed for people my age, people who are still reading light novels and mangas and are still enjoying life in this matter. So, very very much liked it. I do recommend it. Hopefully, I could see this being a good romance movie. To be honest, like I said, it's like a Hallmark movie, so why not? Childhood friend, they come together, have a good life eventually, good happy ending. So yeah, out of 10, I'll give this one personally. For someone my age, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, which is a pretty high rating. Overall, I would lower it down to a 7 just because it doesn't really connect to all sorts of people. It's just kind of it has its group like most stuff, anyways. But yeah, between 7 and 8 out of 10, I still think it's a pretty good rated light novel. You can check it out on Yem Press. Thank you again for sending this. There's a link in the description below. Give some love to this one. Let me know if you've read it. If you haven't, check it out. Give some love to them and to my channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.